Y'all, my AC went out. My AC went out, and it's 100 degrees outside this entire week. And I had to get them quickly here to fix it because it was 95 degrees in this room. Y'all, let's just get into this video. Hey, hi, how are you? My name is Carrington, and if you don't know me, now you know me, and you're so much better for it. So we're getting into this video quickly. One, because I'm sweltering in this room trying to just be aligned with myself and do something that I want to do. Two, because I really wanted to talk about this topic, which is it's giving very Shia LaBeouf vibes. It's giving very much just do it. And I really wanted to talk about stepping outside of yourself, or rather outside of the fear and the doubt that you might get consumed with, and doing the thing that really feels aligned with you, and for taking the steps and for walking down the path that you truly know is meant for you. I think as I have been walking down this path of creating my YouTube channel and making videos consistently and just really loving the creative process and feeling some form of joy in doing something creatively that has been a calling or a desire within my being for so long, that I was like, wow, why haven't I done this earlier? Why didn't I do this earlier? It's funny how much we get into our heads and how the idea of starting this thing seems so large, seems so grandiose, that it keeps us from even trying. It keeps us from starting, and we start procrastinating, and we're like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow, or I'll do it this day, or I'll wait until this thing comes into place. And you're waiting for this perfectly crafted, curated moment to give you the motivation to start something, when really you're just belaying doing it in the first place. What you're really doing is you're allowing fear to keep you from starting now and from doing what you want to do in the state that you are currently. There's nothing wrong with where you are right now. There's nothing wrong with not having all the answers. There's nothing wrong with not knowing exactly what to do or how to do it. You just need to start. I saw a podcast. I love Jay Shetty. Love. And I love Cynthia Erivo. And they did a podcast episode together. And I remember Cynthia talking about running, how she loves to run, and how the first thing that she does is take the first step, and how taking the first step is really how she gets herself to do a lot of things. Of like, I don't have to think about this entire plan. I don't have to have all of the ins and outs figured out. I just have to take it one step, and that one step is going to lead me to the next step and to the next one. And I keep going until at the end of the day, I realize that I've ran farther than I thought I ran. And it only started because I allowed myself to take that first step. And in seeing that, that's how I've been realizing that I'm trying to operate now, of like, okay, I may not have it all figured out, but I'm going to take this first step. And that's really what this channel started as. Like, I didn't know everything, and I still don't know everything, but I was like, I'm going to do it now. I'm going to do it now, and it's going to look a certain way right now, and then I can finesse it later. But if I don't start right now, I'm never going to start, because I'm going to always be trying to wait for something to make it as perfect now as I see in my mind, and that's not going to happen unless I do it. And it was the best decision I've ever made, to be honest, because I've been wanting to do this for so long, and I've talked about this before. This was something that I really felt called to do, which is why I'm also talking about this, because I think there's so many things that people feel called to do that you stop trying to go for because of these expectations that it needs to be a certain way as soon as you start. And that's not true. If I didn't start this now, I probably would have never started this, and I would have never felt the joy that I'm feeling creating. I have literally looked at my videos, and I felt the feeling that I have felt when I've watched creators that I love that are creating something and that feel funny, or that just feels joyous. It feels like their authenticity is just showering onto me, and I'm feeling the lightness of it. And that's how I felt as I've been creating. And even when I've been editing, which I don't really like to do at all, but even as I've edited, I feel the lightness, I feel the joy, I feel how much I'm giving to myself by actually listening to the desires of my heart and taking that step and just doing it, even if it's not perfect. It is so funny how much of ourselves we can lose by worrying about everything else. And that goes into how we operate in the world. And I'm thinking about The Alchemist, about how the main character, and I need to read that book again, honestly, but that main character running into so many people, or at least running into people within his town that he lived in, that pretty much gave up on their dreams and regretted it, and actively told him that I was going to do what you're doing right now, but I stopped because I was scared. And I think about how many times in my life I've done that, but also how many people probably feel just like that, because we get caught up in our minds and we get caught up in the machine. There's so many responsibilities that we have, and there's so many things that we think about that we need to do right now, and that need to be fixed before we have the time to focus on ourselves and focus on the dreams that we have. And then even if we start focusing on those dreams, sometimes because we're so caught up in and everything else, we think, oh, we don't have time for that, and those are just pipe dreams. We get into that type of mindset. That's not true. Your dreams, your goals, your desires, all of those things are important, and you have them for a reason. There's no reason that you're visualizing the life that you want if you couldn't create that, and it will never be created. It will never be something that you experience if you don't take those first steps. And it doesn't have to be grandiose whatsoever. It can be so simple. Oh, I want to be an artist, so I'm gonna draw some freaking smiley faces on the page every freaking day until I start making those smiley faces like actual faces. I don't freaking know. I don't know art. You start somewhere. You start somewhere small, and sometimes that starting somewhere small feels kind of like a cop-out, or like it can be frustrating because you want to be where you see in your mind earlier. But literally nobody has gotten anywhere in life by trying to jump 20 million steps ahead of where you have to start in order to get there. All of the people in the world who have made something of themselves started somewhere. They were all amateurs and apprentices. They were all people that needed to learn. They were students. And I think we get in the way of our own selves by trying to be the master before we are the student. And we have to learn. We have to start somewhere. Students they start learning, they start going through the basics. And then when you get a good handle of the basics, then you move to the next thing. You start becoming intermediate, then you start becoming advanced. You have to start somewhere though. You don't realize the parts of yourself that you are allowing to go unseen, the dreams that you're allowing to not be nurtured by not starting things, and by being like, you know what, I'm not going to focus on those things because this matters more. And that's not to say that certain responsibilities and certain things like your finances and the events happening in your life aren't important. Yes, those things are important, but you yourself are important as well. And the things that truly light you up have to have some part of your life. They have to take the stage at some point, because if they don't, then you end up just going through life on survival mode, or you end up going through life like the people in The Alchemist, where you focus so heavily on all of these other circumstances or all of these other responsibilities that you get to a point and you get to an age where you're like, all I've been doing is this. All I've been doing is working. All I've been doing is taking care of other people. And now I'm at a point where it feels like, what have I done? Why have I done this for the entirety of my life? Where do I go from here? And now I have all of these regrets, and I have all of this resentment for myself or for other people, because you allowed yourself to get to a point where you stopped looking at yourself, looking at the raw joy and desire in your body and fueling that, and actually taking whatever steps were necessary to allow those things to flourish and to grow. I've been doing it, and every day has not been easy. I literally, I filmed an entire video of me reacting to Heartstopper, the Heartstopper Forever movie, which was amazing. And if you see a clip of it on TikTok, that's all you'll see, because YouTube blocked it globally. It's not even like other people weren't posting reactions. There's hour-long reactions of this movie, and they look similar to my 20-30 minute reaction, but they took my shit down. But all I have to say, like, there have been moments that have been like, what am I doing? And why did this take so much time? And then is any of this amounting to anything? And yes, it is. It is amounting to something, because I feel more joy in my life than I felt in years. I feel more connection to myself than I have felt in years, because I'm actually listening to the parts of myself that have been pushed to the sidelines and pushed to the back burner because of all of these other things that I've been doing, and I haven't been doing what fuels me. This is why I'm saying just do it, because you, as a human being in this world, deserve to feel the passion and the joy doing something that actually lights you up. Whatever it is, whatever that looks like for you, do it. Start it, and start it off small. You don't have to take out big chunks. You don't have to inhale like Kirby the entire meal. All you have to do is take a bite-sized piece. Go along the journey as much as you're able to, at your own pace, at your own time, doing the things that you can do until it gets to a point where you're like, oh, I've been doing this and I've been getting better and it feels better and I am getting closer to the goal that I have in my mind, and I didn't even realize it because I just started doing it, and I got so consumed by it because of how good it felt and how much I was feeding myself that I didn't realize that I'm already closer to the goal that I had than if I stopped doing anything at all, if I had just ignored it completely. So yeah. Thank you for sitting on the couch with me, and I hope that you did so in the air conditioning. I did not, but thank you for joining me on the couch. Thank you for listening to me. Hopefully any of this was coherent. We will see in the edits. But thank you for sitting on the couch with me. I hope that you come back to see me, and yeah, that's it. That's all. Thank you so much. That's not my outro at all. That's it. That's all. Thank you and good night.